All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well, thank you. I had an interesting trading day yesterday. I actually took a trade after the close. That doesn't normally happen to me.
Ooh,
So
getting spicy over there.
I know it's. I think it's Brian's influence. Although I was trading with Jared yesterday, we were looking at Lululemon. Not normally a good trader during the market hours, but at earnings, every once in a while you can get a trade, and I got some money off of that. A couple of our members did as well. So yeah, we had a good afternoon after what was slightly better but not great trading day yesterday. So hopefully it's just going to keep getting better. And today we actually have some economic numbers that might help on that.
Yeah, looking forward to that, man. Actually, let's get right to it. And then we'll get back to our gappers list. And of course, we'll get to Nvidia, which is the big talk of the town. So let's get to our US economic calendar and see what's happening there.
Yeah, we got some jobless claims. The big one is the initial jobless claims. So we'll start right there. Slightly over the estimate. So 220,000 new jobless claims was the expectation. There was actually 229,000. So that's in theory bad for the economy, but good for the markets because it means that interest rates, it encourages interest rates to perhaps decline, which is what the market would like to see. Continuing jobless claims also came out pretty much on target, 2,000 over, but pretty much right on at 1.792 million. The other numbers that I was watching, the U.S. trade balance was expected to be a $76 billion deficit. It was only a $74.6 billion deficit. So I guess that's good. A little more manufacturing happening in the U.S. than anticipated. And what was the other one? Productivity, non-farm productivity came up pretty much on target. 0.3% was the forecast. 0.2% was the number. So all in all, nothing major. No huge surprises. Slightly good numbers, which might encourage the market to go up. I'm just looking here at my market indices. They're not doing much. The SPY and the Qs not moving that much at all. So I guess we're steady as she goes for today. No other economic data coming out later today, so it's going to be quiet right through the day. We can just focus on the couple of earnings that we have, and of course, whatever chooses to move with volume in the market.
Yep, absolutely. As we've seen here, our gappers list this morning, we got a couple of things in the green, couple in the red. And man, we've just been getting so much activity when it comes to Nvidia and some of the tech companies. Nvidia joining the 3 trillion club, Peter. How about that? I mean, third company to do that. And actually, they have surpassed Apple. So it's Microsoft, Nvidia, and Apple. Who would have thought, man, the gaming company here making some big waves. So looking pretty good there. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we certainly were watching it yesterday. It was struggling to break, as you can see on that 5-minute chart you just had up, but it was struggling to break the $1,200 mark, and it was just hitting its head on it there for a couple of hours yesterday. And then when it broke, man, did it break, right? And ran up to about 1220, 1224, I think was the high before the close. And then I asked Jared for an estimate and where he thought it would go after hours, and he said a high of 1240. And man, he is pretty accurate. Pretty much went right there within a couple of dollars, which is pretty darn good on this stock. So yeah, Nvidia is running here as we head into this split that, as we recall, happens after the close on Friday. So we'll see it in the markets as of Monday morning. But yeah, it's hot. It's hot. I mean, the higher stock price, but it's tradable.
Yeah. I was in it yesterday, and I got out right around here because it looked very toppy. And man, what a bad move that was. So
that's right. When I
few seconds.
That's right when I started trading it short. So
yeah. So it's like, oh man, it is what it is. But exciting. We'll be on our list today. Looking at our gap up list. What is this VNDA? What is that? Is that a mistake? VNDA.
Is this people?
Okay.
Is this a
Are
dyslexic?
people misspelling Nvidia?
I
Yeah,
don't
that's what
know.
I'm
I
thinking.
mean,
It's Vanda Pharmaceuticals this morning. They're up 24%, 1.8 million shares traded. I don't think they're really in play. 55 million shares flow, so a little bit on the lower side. But again, it just doesn't look that great, Peter. Any news on this?
uh, actually there's looks like a buyout offer on them. So I guess somebody meant to actually buy them. They didn't just get the ticker wrong. Cycle
Okay.
Pharmaceuticals is made an all cash proposal to acquire them at $8 a share. So the price is actually significantly below that $8 price. Normally it goes up and sits closer, but I guess we have to keep in mind it is just an offer. It has not yet been accepted. So when the news comes out that it's accepted, it might jump the rest of the way to about 750 or so, and then likely hold there. But it's not. It's not going to be highly tradable.
Yeah, yeah. I'll leave that alone. I'll trade the actual letters here in the correct order, which is going to be Nvidia, which I'm going to add to my list here anyway. Now that we're talking about it, Nvidia is obviously 2 million shares traded right now, 1.5 as we mentioned. Just red hot this morning. Started off yesterday, and just look at their daily here. It's just insane what these guys have done. Sitting at $400 the beginning of this year, and so far year to date they're up 140, I believe, percent. And last year, I think they tripled their gains. So it's just the growth is insane. All right, next on the list is actually NVAX. So NVAX this morning, I know they're working on some vaccines. I heard that over the radio yesterday. They're up 15.6, 4.2 million shares traded this morning. So getting a little bit of action. We traded the stock in the past when it used to get volume. It was actually tradable, right? We're seeing some good volume here today, Peter. What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking up what the heck was happening here with Nvidia.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
What's
but you're not
happening?
talking about Nvidia right now. You're talking about Novavax, our good friend Novavax, which was sort of a COVID darling, if we can, from a stock market perspective. But I don't really see any news. There's I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I thought I heard something about a COVID vaccine. I mean, I know that's kind of far
They
gone by now,
did.
but I
They did
heard
get
something
some
like that
news
on the radio.
from the FDA. It looks like that they had approval of their the PDUFA, the Prescription Drug User Fee Act. Anyways, they got some positive ruling out of the FDA for their biologics license application for, yes, a COVID drug. So I guess there's some good news. I don't know. Yeah, Novavax. I know some people were actually watching it yesterday, and yes, you were just showing us on the daily. I mean, it's been moving for a few days. Maybe I'm just missing out because I'm not really watching Novavax. Maybe I should. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm
so
gonna I'm
so
gonna
good
add it to
news.
my secondary list. Yeah, just in case. So I'll add it on here to the secondary. We'll see what happens. 4.2 million. It is up 16%. It's got the volume. Let's see if that can, give us any opportunity. You mentioned Lululemon yesterday. You traded. This is one you traded
Yeah.
yesterday, Peter, after hours. So
Yeah.
big
Yes, indeed.
pop, and awesome. So yeah, up this morning, 8.4, 211,000 shares traded. Anything else on it, Peter, this morning?
Well, I mean, yeah, positive earnings after the close. They beat their numbers, which I'm sure makes all our people in Vancouver happy, as it's a Vancouver darlings type stock. Other than that, yeah, not much else to report. Lulu, it's hard to trade. It's hard to trade. Even Brian loves to watch it. I don't know that he often trades it. He just watches it because I feel that he has to, or maybe it's required if you live in Vancouver that you have to watch it. I'm not sure, but yeah, once the market opens, usually volumes are relatively light and it's difficult to trade. So fun to watch, but not tradable, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Most
not really the best. I'll have it on here. It's up 8.3, but I doubt it's going to stay on there. But again, we've been struggling to get really great tickers, so I'll keep it on there for now. MNST, Monster Beverage. So these guys are up. This is Monster, like the energy drink Monster. I did not know they were
Yeah.
public, but yeah, there they are. Here they are. They're up 3.8, 877,000 shares traded. I don't think I ever traded this before. At least I can't remember. And I guess news, Peter. We rarely see this stock on our list.
They must have had a big reverse split because I isn't Monster. It seems to me I was watching that and it was always like a penny. Maybe not.
I didn't even know these guys even were publicly traded, but yeah, they're here. 2053 at 23 in the past. Yeah, so it's how long has this thing's been going on here? Oh, they're not new. Are you sure it's the right company? 2006? No. 99? No way. People are not drinking Monster at that. Well, unless it was a SPAC or something, but really? No. Do we have the right company?
I don't know. I mean, it seems to be the drink company. As for who else would be called Monster Beverage?
Who else? Monster Beverage, right? Yes, doesn't make any sense.
Anyways, I'm surprised that are they gapping up? I'm surprised that what's their MNST? Yeah, they're gapping up 2% on 900,000 shares. They did announce basically a secondary offer. It's one of these Dutch. Oh man, I can't speak today. A Dutch auction tender offer, which for about 77 million shares. So at a purchase price of $53 a share. So that's a little bit under. So I don't know. Somebody's like very encouraged by this. Yeah.
It is. This guy's been around for a very long time. All right. I don't remember how I never knew this ticker was out there. I don't know how they trade. It might be worth even putting as a secondary today. Maybe that could be something that happens. I'm not sure. We'll put it here as secondary MNST this morning, and we'll see what Monster beverages can do for us today. So MNST. So secondary for now. Good volume, up 3.6. Looks okay. Looks like one of these stocks that's not going to trade all that well intraday, but they got news today. Let's see what happens. And that covers our gap up list. Yeah, you found something?
No, they just make a lot of drinks. I had no idea all these brands were Monster brands. If you look at all the drinks they make let's see, what ones did you know? The NOS energy drinks, Full Throttle, the Gladiator drinks. They also have a bunch of seltzers and some IPA beers. And anyways, they're a bigger company than I know. So Carlos, maybe they were around a long time and we just didn't know because they were making all sorts of other drinks that we'd never heard of.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Predator Energy, what the heck? All right, so they got a lot of companies. All right, let's see what's capping down this morning. We'll keep them on here secondary for now. Next on the list is CXM. So CXM this morning, they're down 24%, guys. 372,000 shares traded this morning. So big drop for them. Looks like they've been getting hit quite a bit. Here's a couple of big drops. Back in December, same thing, big gap down. And today, again, another huge gap down as well. Peter, what's the latest and greatest on this one? Sprinkle?
Earnings. I don't. This is not the company I thought it was when I called it up. I thought it was a rail shipping company, but I guess that's a different one. This is Sprinkler Inc. Don't know. Anyways, they had earnings after the close yesterday. They actually had a good quarter. They topped on their sales, but the market clearly is not liking that. I can't imagine this is going to be tradable. I mean, it's not a low float. It's 118 million shares in the float, but I don't like the look of it. So I've never seen them before on our list. I don't know what to do with them. So the pre-market action doesn't look wonderful to me. So I think I'd probably just move on.
Yeah, we'll leave that one there, my friends. On to the next one, MLGO. This thing gapped up pretty big 2 days ago, and it ran pretty nice. Yesterday, a second day place because it's kind of sold off, and today seems to be doing the same, right? Just kind of selling back down to $2 or $1, wherever it came from. We don't have shares for sure, so I'm not really interested in this one. We'll look at the next one, ANNX. Also was on our gap up and down list yesterday. So today making another play towards the bottom, down 8.2. We saw this, I believe it's gapping down as well, though it moved up here. It was gapping down yesterday. Looks like it had some activity, and today just gapping down again. So hard to borrow. No shares to short on this one. I mean, I just don't see nothing good here, Peter.
They did announce late last night a secondary offering, another 13 million shares at 6.25, which is exactly where the price is pegged at right now. So not usually tradable news.
Yeah. Next is going to be Zim, which is, I believe, a shipping company, which doesn't normally trade very well. And we usually just keep it off the list. It's usually other opportunities that trade much better. Yesterday, though, it looks somewhat clean. I do see the volume is very light here, only 204,000, around 409,000. So not a whole lot of volume. And you can see how quickly it dies down. So I'm not a big fan of that. Peter, I know you watched this stock plenty of times, not traded, but you know how bad the stock can trade and usually avoid it.
Yeah,
I don't see any
I'm
difference today.
not a fan of the shipping companies. They got a downgrade by Citigroup with an expected price of $13. So Citigroup downgraded them all the way to a sell. So they're basically saying, "Get out." Zim is going down. Shipping was, there was a couple of months ago we were talking about shipping because there were, they're expecting a bounce back after a lot of issues that were happening in some of the European waterways. But I don't think we ever saw. I mean, other than I guess there's been a rise, but it doesn't make it day tradable. This is maybe more of an investing stock, not a tradable stock.
Yeah. On the list here is Kava is the next one. We've seen a couple of times here in the last couple of weeks. They are down 6%, 340,000 shares traded. And again, just very light volume. And for me, for the way I trade, this is not going to be a great candidate. So I'm just going to pass on to the next one, which is going to be NEO. NEO this morning.
For a while, have we?
Wow, NEO 9.6 million shares trade. I mean, I'm not surprised. NEO does trade this type of volume, but this seems a little bit higher than normal, right? They usually have 3 million with no problem. 9.7 is quite high. And Peter, when was the last time you saw such a clean pre-market activity on NEO? What's happening?
Well, they're definitely in play because they had earnings. Not a good quarter for them. EV sales are down. Their overall sales were down. Earnings were down. Everything was down. Down. So I'm not surprised to see NEO reacting and moving downwards so far this morning. Today is one of the days where NEO might actually be tradable. I mean, there's always lots of volume in it. Unfortunately, most of it is just computers trading against each other. So a lot of algo volume. It looks like today we're getting a lot more retail interest. So it might be a day for NEO. Like, it certainly has the volume, but just again, be wary of this volume because it can revert back to the computers very quickly. So I'll probably put this on one of my lists to keep an eye on, but I'll be very cautious with it.
I have it on my main list right now. Might not stay there as we start getting to our Teslas and Apples of the world. But looks good. This gives me good flashback of when this thing was trading very, very well. So hopefully that can carry into the market open this morning. Next on the list is going to be CGC. So if we look at CGC here today, we are down 4.2. Not really a lot of volume, so I'm not happy with the pre-market on this one. I don't think it's really in play. You got a little bit of a slight drop this morning, but there's not really a whole lot happening here. So going to disregard it, Peter, unless you have any news that has snuck in here, but I don't see anything that's major on CGC at the moment.
No, they did announce a secondary offering worth about $250 million. It's going to be at the money, which means they'll sell it at market price. But secondaries don't lead to good trading.
Yeah. That is correct. So speaking of AMD and Nvidia, we'll leave that one alone. AMD will be fun to watch as well. I mean, it's just kind of stuck here. So we're talking about AMD and Nvidia in the comments here. Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. I'll keep AMD on here. And of course we have Nvidia. Peter, before we get to our chat room, what do you like this morning that might not be on the gappers list today?
Well, I don't know if I like them, but I'll mention a couple of earnings just for awareness. Last night with Lulu, the only other one that was of interest was VSCO, Victoria's Secrets. They beat their numbers. They don't get a lot of volume, and they're not getting much volume pre-market. So, but they did have a good quarter and beat their numbers. On the other side of the coin this morning, we had Big Lots. Big is their ticker, and Big Lots missed their numbers like NEO did, and I think they are gapping down, but again, relatively low volume. I mean, they have 600,000 shares, but it's tough to find it. Like, it's not good, consistent trading here pre-market, as is also typically the case with this stock. So, it's I don't know that we're going to get a good trading opportunity, but there was some news. And the last one from an earnings point of view, again, it's one of these companies that I can't believe is independent, SJM, which if you're not heavily invested in, no, I'm kidding. Jam Schmuckers. It's a jam. I guess I know them for jam. They call themselves a packaged foods company, but I feel like as a U.S. brand, I don't see a lot of Jam Schmucker products, but maybe I don't know what their product line is. But anyways, they had earnings, mixed picture. They missed on revenue, beat on bottom line earnings, and volume is anemic this morning. So those were the earnings that I was watching. There are a few other earnings out there, but Sienna Corporation and ABM Industries and Toro, some bigger companies, but they're not. They don't typically trade any volume. So I think we sort of got what we got, Carlos. Other than that, we've got all our standbys. We haven't talked about Tesla yet this morning. Tesla had some moves yesterday that you could have traded as usual. We were watching Apple, Carlos. I think you mentioned Apple yesterday and said should keep an eye on it. It did spike to I think a new high, or at least a short-term high above where it had been the previous couple of days, and because it was opening higher yesterday. So it's a couple of trading opportunities on Apple. Other than that, I think you just pick your favorites, right? And watch the market, see where they're going. I mean, we sort of mentioned in passing right at the top of the show, Nvidia, of course. Maybe we should be spending more time on it. All-time highs over we calculated yesterday the number, right? There was a magic number that you need to get over $3 trillion. And to the best of our calculations in the room, it's $1,219.59. So that's the number at which Nvidia is a $3 trillion company, and it is well over that now. So it's they're loving it. They're having a good time of it, and we'll see what the trading day brings today. Nvidia is holding this 1240 level that it went to overnight. So I think it's absolutely going to be in play. Like, we have no choice but to watch it. And to our members in the room, they're saying, when does this actually happen? I'm seeing conflicting reports about when the shareholder numbers get locked. There was a report that a member posted in the room that clearly said it's anybody that's a registered shareholder as of the close of the markets today, as opposed to what I'd originally heard, which as of the close of the markets tomorrow on Friday. That only matters if you're a buy and hold trader. If you've got some in your portfolio, then you'll get you'll get the shift. I have to assume it's actually tomorrow, not today, because all reports seem to agree that the stock split happens over the weekend and is effective Monday morning. So one way or the other, I think we're going to be trading today and tomorrow at this $1,200 price, and then we'll see it split. If I'm wrong, I guess we'll find it a $124 stock tomorrow morning, but we'll find out together. But I'm pretty sure that's going to happen on Monday. So you're muted, Carlos.
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Trading this thing at $100 and watching it just take off. I think it's going to be wild. So I really like NVIDIA on my list for sure. Let's take it to you guys. Start with our chat room here. See what you guys have that you like this morning. And we'll look at our buddy Manfred Perv. Apple. Yeah, I do like Apple. I think it's worth watching. Again, it doesn't look great right now, but is it a stock we want to keep on deck? Absolutely, especially if the market is going to be strong like it was yesterday. Right now, pre-market, though, is not looking all that hot. Very light volume. I'm going to throw it in on a secondary. We can always move this up if it gets better. Heading down, some of these, this MNST, this monster thing here. I have it on a secondary. I do like the pre-market action. I don't know how well it's going to trade, but I do have it on there. AMD is good. We have that one. NVAX. Did we put NVAX on here? We do have NVAX. I might move NVAX up. It is up 17%, 4.6 million shares traded. They have news behind it as well. So that could be fun, depending how this list continues to develop. But right now, NVAX on my secondary. Lyft. Is there any news on Lyft? Lyft and Uber are other stocks that are on my be cautious list here. So actually, Lyft is getting a nice lift here, up 9%, 693,000 shares traded. What's the news, guys? This seems news related here. It doesn't seem like it's just going to move like this for no reason at 8:45. So
Uh,
we'll see what's driving that.
they
And it's going. Wow, nice.
Yeah, they were talking, or some executive was talking at a financial conference and basically raised their guidance. So, it was their CEO. There you go. CEO
Mm,
David Risher basically said they can expect some better results out of the 2024 financial year. So, I guess that's why it's getting a little bit
okay.
of a lift
Yeah,
this morning.
it sure is. uh, we'll put it on here. Let's see how this continues. Let's see if it's going to hold, right? Him saying that, what weight does that really hold, right? If I'm the CEO of a company, I have to say something like that. What I'm going to say, hey, we're going to crash and burn here. I'm not going to say that, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it actually holds. We'll keep it on there for now. AMD, yes, we do have AMD here, guys. I mean, it's just stuck. AMD is just watching from the sidelines as Nvidia just does his song and dance here, and they're just stuck here in this range. So question is, can it break 168, 170? I don't know. I think it's having a really hard time at this area. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. I can't. I don't know if it's going to break that level or not. Because you saw yesterday, Nvidia was just taking off. And look at Nvidia's daily over the last couple of days. AMD is taking no part of this, right? They're moving, but they're just stuck, right? We'll have to wait and see. Uber sympathy, maybe. Uber sympathy play. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of move here, but the action clearly on Lyft, given the difference in volume. So I'll have Lyft and stay the ones with actual news, or at least release, right, Peter? Is the CEO, right, says something on a conference or whatever. We'll watch Lyft on that case. Hood, moving into crypto. Let's take a look. Hood, yeah, it's up 3%. 1 million shares traded. I like the daily on Hood. I know the stock doesn't trade very well, so normally I tend to avoid it. But daily looks interesting. I have to say that. And we got some good volume this morning. So all right, we'll put it on a second there. We'll come back to that one. Walmart, is Walmart in play? No, it's not really in play. I don't see anything happening here. They got 900,000 shares traded, but not really seeing anything on Walmart right now. So it is also a very tough stock to trade. Like, it's not an easy intraday trading ticker when it comes to Walmart. All right, we looked at NVAX, we looked at Hood. Thank you, guys. Anything else? We'll look over in our YouTube chat this morning. We'll look at Bitcoin. So I see Rye being thrown out here. So let's take a look at hashtag
Oh, I'm on mute.
BTC.
No,
Oh, were you
no wonder
talking,
you couldn't
Peter?
hear. Yeah, I
I thought
was.
I
No, no,
thought I thought you took a call. I'm like, Peter's making a call right now, and he's
no.
finding out what's
I
going
just
on. He's gonna give us
I
the
was
insight.
typing, and I'm a notoriously loud typer, so I thought I would mute it, and then I forgot to unmute it. I wonder
Yeah.
why you're ignoring me. You're talking about
No, I
Hood.
wouldn't do
Just to
that.
mention, there is a deal. They're buying a company called Bitstamp for about $200 million in cash. They're trying to expand their cryptocurrency business, so that's why Hood is moving this morning on some volume. So I guess the market likes the fact that they're making that acquisition, and being a cash purchase, it's not dilutive to the stock, so it could be in play.
Yeah. So Hood looking good. I have it here in the secondary. We'll see how that plays out. Looking over at a Bitcoin this morning, pretty much flat. So not really doing a whole lot. They had a big day 2 days ago, traded really nice into this range 71,000. It's just kind of sitting around here. So I think we'll have to wait and see if that's going to continue to move higher. But this area where they're sitting at, look at the area on the daily as far as resistance goes, right? So if we break out of that, head over towards that 74,000, that could be a lot of fun, right? You're going to see Mara, you're going to see Coin, all these tickers kind of take off here. So, but at the moment, pretty quiet. So I won't add Riot to my list unless if I see Riot, there's nothing really else going on individual of it. Coin, same thing. Coin did move a little bit yesterday or the day before. And Mara, there's no individual news on any of these tickers right now. I'm not seeing that type of volume. So we'll watch BTC and see if that gets going. GameStop, what is GameStop up to? I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
was
need
just
GameStop
wow.
anymore when you have Nvidia. I mean, you want to trade something volatile, trade Nvidia. You don't need this anymore. So, but is 3.1 million shares traded, Peter? What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, I was surprised you hadn't mentioned GameStop. It was on our gappers list earlier. Maybe it fell below the percentage threshold. Yeah, it's only up, or it's down now 0.4%. So
Yeah,
there isn't really any news on GameStop, nor does it need it, right? I mean, it just moves when it feels like it. It seems, but yeah, I don't see anything of impact. But every once in a while, the volume just comes back into it, and people are trading it. It was up. Was it yesterday? I think yesterday it had. Yeah, it was up
yesterday. Yeah,
yesterday with a relatively good trading day. It's held at those numbers, the $30 price. So you just never know. I mean, I guess this is one you could watch. I'm not, like you said, like I feel much more comfortable trading Nvidia despite its high price compared to a GameStop. So um,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you do
I feel
you.
the same. You do you. Yeah, you do you exactly. Um, all right. What else, friends? We looked at Shopify a few days ago. Is it doing anything today? They're coming back down here a little bit. So again, they had their big. Well, I said a few days ago, but it looks like it was a couple of weeks ago. Big gap down here back in early May, and then from there, that's just kind of been going sideways. Not really a whole lot taking place. So light volume too. So I don't see this being on my list this morning. I think I have other ones that are going to trade slightly better today. And looking at good morning traders. All right, no, you don't mean GM. At about 5, last one. Then we'll head over to a community events announcement. Wow, this is trying to go to $5, down 20%, 237,000 shares trade. What company is this? Five below. Oh, five and below is
Live
like that's a
below.
store.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
retail.
Yeah, they're all over the place here.
Retail. Let's
Man,
see.
earnings last night, getting crushed today.
Yes, they did have earnings after the close yesterday. Looks like they didn't have a good quarter. Missed their numbers, top and bottom line. Uh, Five Below blames sales slump on fading Squishmallows mania. I have to admit, I don't even know what a Squishmallow is. Squishmallow?
Well,
Squishmallow?
well,
What?
your kids are out of that age group already, man. But the Squishmallow is like you gotta see
What is it?
my daughter's room. It's these
Are
fluffy
they like
pillows,
stuffed
like the
animals
characters,
or?
stuffed animals, but
Okay.
they're just round, just like a ball, it's like a face, just like a face.
Okay.
It's insane. Yeah, they're very soft.
Okay.
Your wife has one,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah.
I know, Jason. I'm sure I'm showing my. You know what? I need grandkids to get back into it so I can figure that out. But all
There you
right.
go.
Well, the
Yeah.
fading Squishmallow mania has affected Five Below's revenue stream, and they had a bad quarter. They did have an analyst. Interesting. Analyst this morning still has them as an outperform company, but changed their target price from $220 to $155, significantly reducing it. But that's still, well, way below where the current price is, and even way above where the current price is, and above where it was yesterday. So, yeah, is this going to be in play? Tough to tell. Carlos, I occasionally I think we see it on the list. I don't think I've ever watched it for trading, so not sure what to expect.
I just didn't know that Five and Below actually had Squishmallows. I never bought one there. I'm buying them for way more than $5. So I don't know what's going on. They must be the really small ones because these things are running me like $25 a pop. So I don't know what size they're selling there. Nevertheless, could be interesting, Peter. Maybe a secondary. I mean, I like this drop. That is a big drop. I think today we'll get something out of it. So I'm going to add it to my secondary list here today, just to see what's taking place there. And excellent, guys. Let's stop here. Lyft is on the list. I mean, they're moving higher. 1.4 million shares traded now. We got Lyft. We got Neo, which also has tons of volume, 10 million already. With a good pre-market activity for this one, it's all about can that carry through the market open. Lululemon, just because Brian loves it, and then we have Nvidia here, which is just unbelievable. So, all right, friends, let's get over to our community events and announcements. You can always get the latest and greatest on this beautiful Thursday on our website. Head over there, click webinars on the top, and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks at any day in our community.
Well, and it's Thursday, which means it's a mentorship day. We have 4 different mentorship sessions for you, starting at 11 o'clock with John that does his session. It's usually a good small group. If you want to get questions answered, it's encourage you to join. It's in the webinar room, and it's a great opportunity, especially if you're a new member or you just don't want to ask your question in the main room where sometimes it gets lost. You can have sort of a back and forth interaction with John. So try that out at 11 o'clock today. Then we switch to an options point of view at 2 o'clock. That's with Jared and Megan. That's also in the webinar room. 4 o'clock, Lenny takes over, and we'll talk stocks with you and his perspective on the markets. And then, of course, as always, we close out the day with Thor at 8 p.m. So those are our 4 sessions for today. Hopefully you'll check them out. As you can see on the screen, our 1 week deal is on for still $1 for everybody that's here on YouTube. So bearbulltraders.com/YouTube is the place to go. We also posted, of course, in the chat on YouTube. We're so appreciative of all our YouTube members. We want to give you a chance to join the room so you can only listen and watch with us at the open and through the open trading, but throughout the entire day, because we trade live throughout the day in the room, and we think you'll find a lot of value. So what do you got to lose, right? For $1, it gives you access, and you can check it out, see if it's the community for you. If you like what you see, then you can join using the basic or elite monthly packages, or of course the elite annual. Those deals are always there for you, and we would always welcome new members if you choose to join us. If you want information on the markets, what you don't have to pay for is tradingterminal.com. Tradingterminal.com is where we go in the morning to get our scanners, the gappers list, and everything we need to evaluate the market, including the news and the economic calendar. Check it out. It's all there. It's all free, including a live simulator you could use to trade the markets if you don't have a tool or you're just getting started, or a replay mode where you can replay any stock on any day. It's a great learning tool. Speaking of learning, should check out the Academy at some point. It's got lots of courses of study in there, some paid, a lot free, that you can watch, and they're very worthwhile. So check out tradingterminal.com. All right. Yeah, we've got a few things to watch this morning. Not bad, right? A few opportunities that we can take a look at. So, Carlos, we'll let you set some levels on the stuff that you like. We'll see what's moving and go from there.
Yeah, sounds good. Hopping over here, guys, we have Nvidia, Lulu, Neo, and Liv. So again, not a huge list, but the ones that are on here are actually looking pretty decent. Besides Lululemon, I don't think that's looking all that great, but it is capping up. We'll see how the market open looks in a bit here. Nvidia all-time highs sitting at well, I don't know if it's all-time highs. I think it went higher, right? The 1251 is the high of the pre-market. Did it go higher yesterday? No. So that is your all-time highs right there. 1251.98. And then slightly below that, I am going to mark down this 2 levels of resistance we have here, 1249, right? 1249, great area, nice double top there this morning, and then we started dropping back towards the low of the day, which is hanging out at 1230. So that is your low of the day here for Nvidia. So we'll enjoy this price for a couple of more days, and then we're back down to 10-to-1 split, which I hope the continuation of the fund continues there at that price range. I think it will. I think this whole entire ticker, this whole company is just having an awesome time. So good for them. Here's Lululemon. We are down, up 9% this morning, 289,000 shares traded. Normally a stock that I'm not a big fan of. I think they can trade very choppy. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt today. Low of the pre-market is slamming at a 330. So 330 is your low of your pre-market. And then your high of your pre-market is actually down over here at 339. So 339, your high of your pre-market this morning on Lululemon. And then if we go to the left here, we're going to look at 321, another area there for a level. And then towards the top, we got a great level of support and resistance. Look at this daily, how clean that is. 348 and 354. Only going to worry about these two. I think we had these levels here from other days that we were trading closer to that price action. That's very far out. I'm not going to worry about that. 354.67 and 348.09 is all you really need towards the top here on Lululemon. So let's go over to Neo. Neo this morning showing some really good price action. 10 million shares traded so far today. It is slowing down a little bit though. The price was moving nicely. Now it's just kind of stuck. So not getting that activity. Hopefully that can get turned on again closer to the market open. 486 is the low of the pre-market. The high is sitting at 535. So we're going to mark that there. And then towards the bottom, guys, you're looking at actually right where the price action is. So you have a nice daily level, just slightly above that. It's going to be 504 looks like. So 504, we're going to mark that down. And you can see in the pre-market, we've been flirting with that level as well, that 504 there. And on the daily, see a couple of days bouncing off of that pretty nicely. Support, and somewhat of resistance here as well. So 504 is looking pretty good there. Towards the bottom, in case we break down from that 486, we're going to mark down this area down at a 471. We'll slam one there, and then below that, we do have an area on the daily at a 445, just in case we get going here. We'll be ready for that one. All right, Lyft. Let's take a look at Lyft this morning. So coming back down, it hit a high of 1735 on the rush here from 1550 to 1547, actually to 1735, and now coming back down a little bit. We'll see how it ends. Towards the, let me clean some of these levels, by the way. Let's do that again, 1735. Towards the bottom, you do have your highs and lows. We were stuck in this range the last couple of week or two, so just right in here, finally breaking out. And within that breakout, we do have a couple of levels between the high and the low right now. 1640 is one of them. Right over here, tons of daily levels just slamming into that. This daily is weird. Look at this daily. Gap up, sell down, gap up, sell down, gap up, sell down. I mean, everything's a gap up and a sell down for this thing. It is ugly. We'll see what it does today. Are we gapping up and selling down? I don't know. It's just it's an ugly chart, man. That is nasty. All right. We're not going to give it a garbage truck because I don't think the stock is so bad, but be careful. It might have garbage truck tendencies, this thing. 1836 is a good level here. We'll slam one there. So you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. We are sitting. What does our likes look like this morning? If I can check right over here. 129, 435 viewers on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us and showing your support. We'd love for you guys to just kind of trip over that thumbs up button. Just hit that for us, and it'll make us nice, warm, and fuzzy like a squishmallow. So thank you guys for that. Really appreciate it.
Well, speaking of warm and fuzzy, yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
I've been doing my research. I now know what a squishmallow is. It's it feels like a squishmallow is really just a it's just like the rebirth of a Furby or a Beanie Baby. They're big Beanie Babies, basically.
No, they feel better than the Beanie Babies. They feel so soft, Peter. You got to buy one. You know what? You got to pick one up, Peter, and just have it there for your grandson or granddaughter, whichever comes first, and it'll be ready for them. Pick one up.
Oh, okay. Not putting any pressure on my kids then, right?
No pressure whatsoever.
All right.
Well, yeah, they're actually pretty solid. They're pretty good. All right. So there it is, guys. So Peter did some research on what a squishmallow is, and yeah, there we have it. That is our list, guys. Nvidia, Lululemon, Neo, and Lyft. Secondary list has a bunch of stuff on here. We do have Five, Hood, Apple. I mean, there's a bunch of other things on there that could be a lot of fun too. I think NVAX is our sleeper today, guys. So be on the lookout for that. I think there's good volume there. It is up 14%. Peter, I know you don't like this one, but I don't know. I think this one, I'm going to move it up, right? I think this can do something today.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm gonna have it here, and we have the space for it. We don't have a blockbuster list this morning, so I'm going to add it on here, and we'll see where that goes. So since we've moved it up, let's do some levels quickly as we wait for Brian and Thor. No, today's not Friday. Thor's tomorrow. Today's either Pierre or Lenny. I wrote this down. I forgot. But 27.26 is the high of the pre-market on NVAX. And then we do have some levels towards the bottom there. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Right where the price action is sitting at, it is 12.41. We're going to slam one there also. And I don't know. I think this one can surprise us this morning. They usually trade very bad, but today is awesome. Squishmallow expert. I'm telling you, man, my daughter is completely in love with the Squishmallows. It is a thing. We even have a notepad. We gave them names. I know they come with their names. We gave them individual names. It's a whole lot of fun. All right, perfect. Peter, anything we might have forgot?
I think we got it covered from a stock perspective. Yeah, we got a couple of IPOs today for the first time in a while, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll just get ready for the open here, like you were saying.
Yeah. I don't know if you could see this, but here is the Squishmallows, right? And we gave them names. My daughter, it's a little fuzzy. I'm trying to get it in there if I can.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, just
catch my finger. So we gave them names for like 20 of them. So it's a thing. It's a thing.
They don't come
We're
with
not buying
names.
enough, I guess.
You got to name them
They
yourself.
do, but my daughter wanted to rename them all to what they actually look like. She said.
Oh,
So
I see.
we went through
That's
that
not the
process. So
real
we had
name.
to take a picture. Yeah, exactly. So she went extra
I
on it.
see.
Um,
Okay.
friends, we are all set. We'll wait for Peter, not Peter, sorry, Brian to hop on, and we'll hand it over to him. Guys, have an amazing trading day. We have some good
How
tickets.
about
Oh, we
our
forgot one thing. Yeah, I just thought
watch
about that. We
list?
forgot our thing, our list here. We don't have
Yeah.
many, but we do have Thor. He's looking at Tesla. He's looking at the overall market and the futures as well. Peter, busy IPO day today. You got 3 of them on there. I'm not going to read them out, but there's 3 there for you today. Brian looking at Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, Lululemon, and NVAX as well for Peter. We have AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, secondary list Neo, Lyft, and Hood. And then Megan's looking at Hood, Lulu, and Tesla today. I don't have Tesla on my list. That's a mistake, I'm sure. Although if you look at the daily, it's been so choppy on Tesla. Still think it's worth watching though. I think it's still can give you some opportunity. I'm going to throw it on a secondary for now. I can always end up moving that up. Jason's starting to question whether I buy them for myself or my daughter. No, definitely for her. But I enjoy her having fun with that. Jared, Tesla, Nvidia for him, and Rafsila. Oh no, what is happening? Mara, NVAX, Lyft, and Hood, says Rafsila here. So there we have it. All right, awesome, guys. Guys, if you haven't had an opportunity to do so, we are going to trade live right after this. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. We're live every time the market is open, starting at 8:30 a.m. into the market open until about 10:30. So definitely hit that thumbs up and stick around. Subscribe as we get to our $1 million subscriber goal. When we'll Peter, you should drive the Tesla down. Like you should drive the Tesla to the person we're giving it away to. That would be fun. You know,
I'd be happy
you
to
and
do
Andrew. Yeah, that'd be fun. So
road
get
trip.
the cameraman to record it. Yeah, road trip, man. Hopefully it's not somewhere in the middle of the
Absolutely.
country where you have to drive insane. But yeah, that'd be fun. All right, friends, we're just waiting for Brian and I believe Lenny to hop on. And once they do that, we will switch right over to you guys.
All right, I'm going to jump off. I've got to help our Peak Capital trading crew on some live trading this morning, so I'll be over there.
Thank you. Yep.
And I'll leave it to our live traders here at Bearable Traders. For those of you on YouTube, once again, thank you so much for being here. Give us the thumbs up and a like, and join and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot with the growth, and we appreciate that. And don't forget, if you got questions on what Bearable Traders is about, how to join, anything, we're always here for you. You know what? We're very accessible. Peter at bearabletraders.com, Carlos at bearabletraders.com. You can just email us if you want. Or, of course, there's our support team that you can contact out there. So we'd love to hear from you, and have a great trading morning. There's lots of targets, so just you got to pick the right one, I guess. Don't be too aggressive, right? Trade smart, and you can continue to trade for the long term. So have a great trading morning, everyone.
Thank you, Peter. All right, there it is, Brian, the man of the hour. Good morning, Brian. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Carlos and Peter, just exiting the room. I'm good. How's everyone doing this morning?
See, I have you and Lenny there, so I'll hop off. Guys, take care and trade safe. We'll see you next time.
All right. Good morning.
So Lulu made a big jump yesterday.
Lulu made a big jump yesterday. It was kind of funny. I didn't was in meetings. I couldn't be on for the close on Lulu, but was kind of thinking about it, and I was thinking it probably was going to gap up. And then I checked it later, and of course it had. So I guessed right that time anyway. Didn't play it. I don't usually play earnings, but it was. What was the expected move on Lulu?
I think it was $35 or something. You said yesterday.
Yeah,
35.
It was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then it was really nice price action. Like I also called out yesterday, it could have been interesting to trade it when it break that range after the earnings came out, uh, breaking like the high of that island where it was in the high of the range. But unfortunately, I was also too busy with other, and I forgot to trade it.
Yeah. Jazz.
Busy with other calls, so it would have been a great
Yeah, I'm
trade.
wearing my Lulu attire.
Haha.
Actually, yeah, in honor of Lulu this morning. Although I'm wearing on my pants, I'm actually wearing what's become one of their bigger competitors, which is Viore. So I'm wearing Viore pants and a Lululemon top. So there you go. Rats.
That's like the liberty that capitalism gives us.
That's right. I do like the Viore pants. I just we'll see how they hold up, though.
I believe these brands both are not that popular in Europe. I haven't seen them so much. But
No.
perhaps I didn't see it because I was too busy with looking at the charts.
Yeah, there you go. So what do we got going on? We've got Nvidia gapping up yet again.
No limit. There's no limit.
I was trying to go through. I was trying to think about what the reaction is going to be on Friday with Lulu, because that is the last day you can trade Lulu before the split. It will be split on Monday, so I'm just wondering what people think is going to happen to. Is it going to be a sell the news event, or is Nvidia just going to pick up where it left off?
It's an interesting question, right? Because it should be like technically a non-event where basically like nothing is happening in the outcome for the company, so it shouldn't influence the price. But of course, it does.
No. Yeah, the fundamentals of the company have not changed from Monday to Friday, unless something else happens over the weekend. So it's really just, it's like taking a pencil and breaking it in half. You still got a whole pencil. You just got two halves now. So it's not really a fundamental change in anything. So, but people do argue it is psychologically, it's maybe for some people it's easier to trade a $100 stock versus one that's trading at $1,200. So,
yes, that's true.
Tesla doesn't have a whole lot of stuff going on its level 2 right now. It's few bids to the downside, 173, 172, 170. Nvidia is actually a little bit weak. It's trading below the VWAP right now, even though it is gapping up.
Pre-market range is $20 from the bottom to the top of the pre-market, with an ADR 45 at all-time high. So it definitely has a lot of room to move, both to the short side, to the yesterday close, as to the long side. That's interesting.
What is the news on Robinhood? It looks like it's actually getting a little bit of a bid here right now.
Yes, it's broke out the highest point of the year, and actually also the highest point of the last 2 years.
That's true, Mike. Yeah, they probably maybe it leads to more trading in Nvidia. I don't know.
So we just broke out of the high of the daily range, and
Yeah.
now it's going to retest it. So let's see what's going to happen. 1.3 million shares traded. That is significant for a stock like Hood. Also, Lyft. Did you see
So,
Lyft?
yeah. So apparently Robinhood's buying cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp.
Ah, yes.
So
We're going into crypto, more into the crypto.
mhm.
I'm really surprised that Bitcoin is not yet at all-time high. Like the SPY went to all-time high already a few weeks ago, also yesterday, but Bitcoin is lagging a little bit behind. I expect it to break out in the next week. East Coast at all-time high.
Yeah, I know. I saw Bitcoin at one point trading above 70,000 again. What's it doing right now?
I believe it's 71K right now.
Oh, okay.
All-time high is like 73 or 74K, more or less.
Yeah, 71.1.
DSM also looks strong. Kept up yesterday, closed strong, but the whole market yesterday closed strong, of course.
I don't know. AMD's moving up here. Got a few minutes before the open.
So what will be your main list today, Brian?
I didn't put Hood on my list, but I'm kind of interested in Hood.
Yes.
Lyft. What's the news on Lyft? Lyft provides financial targets. There was apparently a lot of call buying yesterday on Lyft.
Okay.
Somebody knew something. Because Lyft is, Lyft's up almost, 8.5%.
Yep.
AMD just dropped a lot.
Yep.
See these weird moves in the pre-market.
So will you consider trading Lulu today? They're going to be in play probably.
It might be interesting. AMD's still dropping. It's interesting. See what Lulu looks like. Now, Lulu's definitely got some interest to the upside, although the book says it's pretty bearish. So I don't know.
I think it's sold off quite some. Let's say in the post market it went up, and then we see the lower highs, basically starting
Right.
in the post market. So that's also not the best sign, I think. Let's see. And did you take a look at NVEX?
Invex, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that could be good. I'm struggling to come up with something I really like. All right, here we go.
Here we open. Good luck all. Enjoy all. Have fun.
Everybody,
Trade
just
responsible.
keep watching here. Yeah, pulling back a bit here, which it does every morning at the open before going higher. Index is dropping a bit.
Yes. NVX opening very weak.
It's really gapped up a lot, though. I mean, it's been gapping.
Yep.
Nvidia's dropping a little bit more.
Hood seems to have rejected the high of the daily range, the 2240 that we just broke out before the market opened. So I won't be looking at anymore for a while. Lift opening kind of strong.
Just short NVAX a bit. Here we go. Well, that's nice. I'm going to cover some right here at 2240.
Lift also continues
Wow.
its strength.
Tesla's ripping. Just looking for NVAX now to break 22. Watching Tesla. Tesla's really on fire here.
Was there any news on Tesla? I did not hear anything or read anything. Lulu making the sell up as well.
It's coming back up now after that bit of a sell-off. It's got long some Tesla just for this break of 177. Just on this pullback. Let's see what it does here. NVAX, I'm just covering some more NVAX. So I'm juggling two positions now.
Always fun, two positions.
Yeah, bit of a pullback now on Tesla. So now I'm red on that trade. Let's see if it comes. Hopefully it'll come back up. I wasn't gonna have to get out of it.
I think Lift could be interesting if it shows some more strength and make a new high here. And it looks like continuation setup. But it seems that we're making a new low now. And that's not a good sign.
And just added a little bit of Tesla 176.10. Bring my average down a bit.
Yeah, that's a huge spike in Tesla out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. I'm not liking this. Invax is going to maybe go red here. Yeah, I'm getting out of Tesla. I don't like it. It is probably going to go up now, but just don't like the price action on it. It looks. Tesla might be again in another one of these chop fest days. Came down to the View app, touched that.
Would reject it for a second time the previous high. So that's not the most cleanest. Lift is also not setting up continuous its strength. For now, could still become a pullback and then shows later strength for the move up, but for now, still in a pullback. Volume is relatively low.
See if I'm just hanging on to a little bit of NVAX here just to see if we can get to PDC, which is another 50 cents away here. So
Yes, NFX down the drain. At
yeah,
least
it's had such a major move. It's this level here is might be an area. It's PDC, very close to PDC. So I think I'm gonna cover some more here at 21.32, 35 filled.
But you made a great move. I think you made the 1 minute ORB you caught, right? You entered a little bit earlier. So Hood now coming above the range again, but there's so much rejection here in Hood that I prefer to not take it long. Seems to be dumping happening there.
Yeah, Nvidia did its usual little pullback and then breakout to the upside.
I didn't even look at Nvidia today after the open, so let's see. So we're now trading above pre-market high. I have nothing really that stands out here, I have to say.
What's Nvidia look like? AMD is looking a little weak.
So what about Nvidia? Are we going to see like another move up? That's the question.
Possibly, yes. It looks really challenging. This value area.
We also just moved half an ATR, so there's plenty of room to move. With a little bit of more confirmation that we're actually holding above the pre-market high, it's always never a bad thing.
Yeah.
And volume is also a little bit low in these green candles. In the last two candles, which is not the best. But all in all, it looks strong to me.
Wow, Tesla really rolled over. God, okay. Glad I got out of that.
Yeah, there's that aggressive spike up and then the fade. Fading.
Well, the only position I have on now is this invax trade, but it's starting to find a level here, so might be getting out of it. Didn't break down below PDC. AMD is still looking a little weak here. Came down and filled that large order right at 165.
Who's breaking out now? Who's now making a 5-minute ORB? From a technical point of view, like the entry here, when it broke, made the 5-minute ORB was not bad. I can wait for a little bit more confirmation for a retest.
There's some orders at 2280, 2290, 23.
There's definitely more. It's more stacked to the ask side, right?
Yeah.
Wood. The issue is like if you enter now, you enter on the third green candle, which is for my style a little bit late, but everything looks pretty strong.
Yeah, there's like I said, there's some orders up here. And we are at R6, which is some kind of level here. There we go. Let's just see here. Anyone take hood? I'm just watching it right now.
SPY just made a new all-time high again, printing a new all-time high.
Yeah.
Let's open up the champagne.
Champagne, yeah, there we go. Qs are threatening to break out here too. It's got some big orders up here. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Nice.
So would you consider NVIX a reversal? It's not my style of trading.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now.
Or would you consider it for a continuation setup? Could also be.
Yeah, it could. Could be a reversal here. Well, Nvidia is selling off. See what AMD does. Okay. Okay, I've just kind of reshorted NVAX. I like that idea at 2198. So this is a 9 EMA rejection. I'm a little bit late on this trade. I should have entered it earlier.
There were some rejections. So, we'll see a little bit lower volume in the green candle.
Yeah. Just going to cover some of that here at 2181, just to, in case it does decide to pop back up again here, which it's doing now. Hood couldn't get to 22. It's rolling over a bit. AMD is selling. Wow, Nvidia is selling. Nvidia might go. Red on the day. Is this the day that Nvidia actually has a red day?
Could be.
Heaven forbid.
Thing is, like the last 4 days, the buying brigade came in again, like in the second half of the day. So it's interesting to see if it's going today. That's for me really like a sign of strength. Is even last second part of the day, price, everything is getting bought up. You saw it like Tuesday, like here, Wednesday it happened. Sorry, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Every day, like the close was very strong the second half of the day in the SPY.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to get out of the rest of NVAX. So NVAX overall was not a bad trade. Got the bulk of that move into the 21s. So now we're
Wood could be interesting perhaps later for continuation setup. Now we see the 5-minute opening range. It's retested above it, but now I think we want to see like way more confirmation that we're actually holding above the 5-minute opening range. Maybe we could take it perhaps for long.
I was going to short Nvidia. I put in an order to buy some puts and I missed it.
AMD is also now, I think, a good short, decent short. AMD. So the opening range, breakdown, retest low volume, breaking down further. Very strict and so
I put in an order to buy those 1230 puts for $20, and it dropped on me just as I put the order in. Price of Nvidia dropped on me, and now those puts are trading at $30. Damn. Yeah, that's it. Oh well, c'est la vie.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Missed that entry.
I think AMD just gave a really nice entry. Pretty nice. What about NVEX? Could you consider now NVEX for a continuation setup?
Yeah,
What do you
it's
do?
well. It's the market. The market's dragging everything down. I don't know. Index is Tesla's really lost it. I'd be looking for a bounce on Nvidia right now. Same with maybe same with AMD. It's funny. Amazon actually is strong today. Wow, Lulu really lost it right from the open. Boom.
Yes. I think I would never really like to long it because you saw already like the lower highs all the time in the pre-market price action. In the
Yeah,
pre-market and
yeah, yeah.
post-market, it was really, really. See, NVIX about to reach low of the day.
Yeah.
I like that third
Just didn't
rejection against the 948.
I didn't like the way it tested the 9 EMA twice.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see that rejection and from the first drop. So
You want to see to move it straight away. So rejection and then directly the move
yeah,
down.
you do have a big order here at 2120 and then 21.
Who would sold off again? It's not
Mm-hmm.
sustainable to break above for now.
Got a bit of a bounce there on AMD, but no bueno on the on Nvidia. All right, let's see. The profit taking is beginning here.
Yeah. I see pretty big candles in the Nvidia. Is this going to be the correction day? Is also the question. Could be.
Now, like I said before, it's it's just been Nvidia's just been on a tear. If you look at the daily chart, it's just going parabolic. You just can't sustain a move like that for forever. So we're not surprising we're getting a
Correction. But I think it's interesting that you see that in the sell-off, the candles in Nvidia becoming bigger. See, like first like the move up, and then we see like the sell-off from 940, and the candles getting bigger, 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 increasing volatility. These are
all
weak
right.
signals.
I did manage to get an entry on a put finally.
Nice.
Just one because we're already pretty extended and Nvidia can turn and burn. So I'm selling it here at 38, 38.50 filled. Got a big order right here at 1200. There we go. Right, I love trading options. You can really get some nice moves, but it cuts both ways, so you're pretty careful. I'm going to be kind of sad when it splits, and because you get these huge moves on the options, and Nvidia's been trading pretty predictably, so you can trade these options and get a nice return on a small investment, fast. Wow, we're down to S4 right now. I'd be looking for, there's nothing in terms of liquidity here below this level. I mean, it would be a knife catch, but you could take a long here on Nvidia. I think it's going to bounce here. But as I said, it's pretty risky. It's a knife catch. Man, those I wish I'd have caught those $20 puts. I was like 2 seconds too late.
I think Hood could have been interesting for a short here. Continuation setup below the high, but it's not good enough for my trade book. But this looks definitely weak. Again, the rejection, falling below. Low volume in the pullback. Very low volume here. So let's take a look at Nvidia again.
All right. Yeah. Well, I think pretty good morning, actually, with NVAX did lose it. Look at that. It went red on the day. Nvidia still not finding any support yet.
Nvidia selling and NVX selling off.
Yeah.
I also like these volume
Okay,
signals at 946,
Hey,
947.
Jared.
Low volume.
Yeah. Jared, where are you going? Jared's the master of predicting levels. Yeah, Hood sold off too. Look, everything's sold off here. Q's selling off. SPY sold off a bit. NVAX had a really nice sell-off. Nvidia's really are still selling pressure.
I feel like it could break yesterday's low today. Could form like a nice correction candle.
Jazz shorted Tesla, nice. Apple's still green on the day. Look at Apple. Apple's crawling itself out of the basement here.
No, yes.
I think they've got your developers conferences. It might be coming up here next week. Again, that could be a sell the news event.
Yes. Amazon also holding well and Google also holding well today. From the big tech names. Yeah, Apple definitely has been creeping up in the last couple of weeks. Oh, look at Nvidia flushing down the drain.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
I had a
have
question.
those. Yeah, I got rid of my my puts, so I'm not participating in this this drop, unfortunately. I kind of thought that it might bounce at somewhere around 1200 at least. Amen. You won't be able to make 11 a.m.
I got a question if I took Hood short, but no, I didn't do it because it's not according to my trade book rules.
Yeah,
And I think what to
yeah,
stick
shame.
with, but I think yeah.
Yeah, maybe Tim Cook's. He's probably pretty pissed that Nvidia got above their market cap.
Wow.
Yeah, finally we're getting a bit of a bounce here on Nvidia. Had to happen at some point. It was just getting way too extended from moving averages. All right, is this the big comeback now? Qs are bouncing, SPY's bouncing back here. Tesla's still looking weak. It might bounce as well here.
Except NVEX. NVEX is not really bouncing. That turned out to be like one sell-off today. Extended gap.
Yeah.
Nice.
Down to 20. Yeah, let's see what Nvidia does here. It's right at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. So it's this is an area quite often we'll see a rejection. Let's just see if that happens here. AMD's there too. The Q's trying to get back green on the day. SPY's gone green again. Cody, what was that? What were you trading there? Was that, it's hard to see with that background. $54 stock. Oh, SOXL, nice. Okay. Thor, my man, what did you do, buddy? Oh, you got Tesla right at S4. Beauty. That's your Thor trade right there, S4. All right, Nvidia is really it's trying to break through this 9 EMA right now. See what it does.
The volume dropping off a little bit.
All right, Nvidia's managed to get through the 9 EMA. Now now we're getting to the 20. AMD's coming back pretty strong here. All right. Well, I'm not having any. I don't have any positions right now, but I'm just. We'll just wait to see if we can find something else that looks interesting to trade here. What did everyone else do this morning? Five. Anyone trading five? Five below. There were two consumer stocks, Lulu and Five. Five went one way and Lulu went the other. So Five really gapped down on some weak guidance, I think, and seems to be making a bit of a comeback here. Man, has it ever sold off over the last 3 months? Big gap down in March. Man, did it ever roll over? So we've we've done a bit of gyration this morning. We popped up on the Qs and the SPY. We sold off sort of down to pre-market low, and now we're kind of mid-range. We're just trading mid-range. Obviously, do we have any economic data here? 10. We've got wholesale inventories, but that's already passed. So the big event is tomorrow's jobs numbers, wage growth. So that should be a market mover. Well, Lulu's coming back up here. Tesla's, Nvidia's maybe rolling over a bit. I was tempted to buy another put there, but was trading just a few minutes ago. But I really don't feel like I have an edge right now as to where it's going to go. I kind of think it's going to go lower. Meta is pretty strong. Vincent, it's one of my favorite sitcoms.
Yeah, Meta definitely looks strong. Yesterday it
Yeah,
gapped up,
it's
closed
looking.
above
It
the
was
range.
strong yesterday. Yeah, it was strong yesterday. This
Yes.
480 level was an area. It was the bottom of a box here. Um, if you like the way
Yes.
Megan trades, and 520 is the top of the box. So yesterday we broke out of one box and went into another. So
Yeah. Yes. And also like intraday we see the opening range. Let's say, yeah, and then we
mhm.
just broke above it. Some volume signals. So some room on the ATR.
Excuse me. You can see how crazy a day it's been. Excuse me again. Uh, all right. See, this is what I mean about Nvidia. It's kind of choppy right now. It's finding some support at 1200, but it's got some resistance around 1215 ish. So have to. It's going to have to fight it out in there between the buyers and sellers. Ooh, Meta's going to. What's Lyft doing?
Lyft turned out to be disappointing.
Yeah, Lyft
It
is
also
kind of
never broke the
rolling out.
pre-market high. And now Lyft is rolling over, yes. Could actually also become a short later on.
Yeah, wow.
Actually sell off.
Lyft just dropped hard.
Yeah. So Meta's continuing to break out. Hopefully somebody was able to catch that one.
So I can share another screen here. I'll just show you what I mean by breaking out from one box into another. Let's take a look at Meta. You can see I can't get this, for some reason, I can't get this thing to work here, but there's kind of the bottom of this box. We'll do another line here. And you can see how we were trading in a pretty narrow range along here and then spend a lot of time up here. So you can see we've broken out into this other area where we spend a lot of time buying and selling, chopping up and down. So Megan is an expert in these types of trades. That's what she looks for.
Awesome. Hopefully she caught it.
Yeah. Nvidia looking for a breakout.
Yeah. So what about Nvidia? I think there's also some market correlation with the SPY. I have to say it looks kind of similar, even though Nvidia way more volatile, of course.
You can
So
see
what do you
we're kind
expect
of
of Nvidia?
I don't know, we're just chopping in a range right now. It feels like we're going to roll over again. But
Yeah.
but again, like I said, there's a lot of bids to the downside here. So
Feels more like a continuation setup down indeed. Volume signals are not great, but it's now closing below the pullback.
if you're watching us out on YouTube live, just remember there's a delay in the feed. So, but appreciate you being there, and you can like and subscribe. That'd be great. Just looking at maybe. Yeah, there was a little drop on. There was a drop on Nvidia. There's more liquidity to the downside on Nvidia that I see here.
All in all, quite an interesting day, right? We see like we've seen the sell-off
Yeah.
in NVEX, beautiful pullback for another move. There was Lulu selling off hard as well after the open.
Lyft is
Lit,
just
yeah,
getting destroyed right now. See, this is where it's going. Nvidia is getting a little bit choppy here. We got this drop and pop back up, so there's definitely bidders there. Hood has
I
come
think
back
Lyft,
up a little bit.
yes, yeah, I think
Index's
definitely
not
Lyft
that
could
interesting.
sell off further. Continue, go ahead.
Just looking for opportunities here. Wow, Lulu just rolled over again. Look at this. It took out all this liquidity up here, and then boom, back down again.
What do you think of Lyft for another move down?
I'm just going to look at Lyft right now.
We see the gap up in a relative weak already daily chart, a lot of selling. The pre-market with a move up, forming a range, never breaking a pre-market high, and now we fell closed below that range with some volume.
The only thing I don't
And
like
there's
about
like,
entering it here is I don't like entering it here. It's really extended from the moving averages. Wouldn't be a great entry. You'd be kind of chasing it. There's not a lot of liquidity to the downside, so there's not a lot of people putting orders in to buy at a lower price. So you can think that maybe nobody's thinking it's going to get down to $16, but it's definitely weak. I think it needs to bounce. If it can come back up to the 9 EMA, which would be about 1660, it might be an interesting short.
and that would also be like the low of the range. Yes.
It's funny, AMD is trading better than Nvidia today. AMD is almost green on the day.
really caught my like how discrepant they have been trading lately. Really, like
Yeah.
almost without any
Yeah.
correlation.
I do have some. I do have FOMO on Lyft. I do. I'm kind of thinking I
Do
want to
we?
get into it because it's had such a nice sell off. But really, the entry on Lyft was back when it right back here when it lost the VWAP, when it was holding the VWAP. It's a white line,
Yeah.
and then as soon as it started to roll over, and then you had a fairly large volume seller right there. That would have been the ideal entry to get it to get this one. Yeah, look at
Yeah.
Nvidia. Nvidia's rolling over again. Still trying to hold that just below 1200. Like I say, AMD looks like it's going to go green on the day. Got some big orders at 166.50, 167. All those orders are anticipating the price to move up to that level. Again, I'm not gonna chase it here because it's we're trading into an area where there's been a lot of congestion in the pre-market and some resistance. So, wow, Tesla still looks weak. Brandon, what did you trade today? Shorted AMD. Nice.
I'm clicking to short Lyft, but like I didn't get my fill very late. Ay. That's not best. That's not good. So I got a very ugly. I wanted to catch Lyft for a low when it broke it, but I got it 6 cents too low.
Okay. So there goes AMD right through PDC. So we're green on AMD. Yeah, nice.
Yes.
You catch a bit of that next leg down on Lyft.
Yeah, but my entry was too late. Now it's actually messed up the trade, but risk rewards gone.
Excuse me. Right. What did anyone else have some good trades this morning? Amazon's been pretty strong today. Apple's staying green. Google's in the green. Microsoft's been pretty choppy. It hasn't really done much in the last 4 or 5 months. It's kind of just traded between 425 and 400, just chopping up and down here. Okay. Redzilla, he loves Mara. He's our Mara expert, our Mara specialist. Nice. Traded Hood as well, Dave. Good deal. You like Mara too? I know. Look at that chart. It looks pretty choppy. I mean, it had a nice little pop up at the about 5 minutes into the trading day, but after that, it's been a real chop fest. Hood's making its way back up. Got through the VWAP. CRM's having a pretty decent day. It's breaking out.
Yes, definitely. Gapped up from the range of the last couple of days. Gap to fill.
Yeah, I think
Closing the
yeah,
period very
as
strong.
I said in my swing trade videos on the weekend, I really liked CRM. Hmm. Lulu is testing the low of the day here. I don't know. It's funny how some stocks just you can't predict. I mean, they had good sales, good earnings, and look at the result after an hour of trading. we're almost back to we're almost heading back to where we were trading a couple days ago.
Yes, almost losing $20, twice the ATR. Less than an
It's
hour.
crazy. And I think they also announced a buyback. I think they were going to buy back some shares. They announced a buyback, so that's an Apple trick. All right, Nvidia's right back up here. Can't keep a good stock down. Nvidia's trying to get back to green here. We're through the 9 and we're up to the 20 EMA now. Again, pretty choppy. Hard to consider that any kind of a plus setup. But nice bounce. Nvidia held at that S4 level a couple times, 194, 1194, I should say. And everything's bouncing back a little bit now, so Andrew, how did you do today? Oh, look at that. Nice little trade on Taiwan Semi.
TSM, yes.
Like I said, Hood's kind of crawling its way back out of the basement after that sell-off. Yeah, it's been quite the day. A lot of volatility. Look at AMD. AMD is back at yesterday's high. All right. Well, it is that time, everybody. We are going to drop off of YouTube. This was
Yes.
quite an interesting trading day. And it looks like it's going to continue to be an interesting day. So if you have any thoughts about joining us, you can sign up for $1. I think they talked about it at a pre-market show, and then you can be in the room for $1 for a whole week and check out what's going on for the rest of the day, because we got mods all day long talking about trading and
Yes.
even into the close. Lenny, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks you as well. Thanks everyone.
Yeah.
Good luck today.
Have a good day, everybody. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully it was a profitable one this morning. It wasn't bad for me. So take care, everyone.
Take care. Bye bye.